Imagine for a while that there is nowhere to go, nothing to achieve anymore, no goal that is worth chasing. What would life be if we realize that it's never getting done, that no matter what we achieve, it will never fill a void that we all know. It will never be the answer to get that girl you're chasing, or the man, the partner, or the money, the business project that you want to finish so badly. What if none of it is gonna give you what you hope so desperately to get? You see, if we dive deeper into the spiritual journey, we all come to the point that all the Buddhas and Jesus and real spiritual people have recognized and taught us that the kingdom is within, and that nothing out there is actually gonna make us happy. So therefore the goals and all of our desires to achieve anything, they are just deceptions. And I'm not saying that from a place of sadness, of like, oh, this all is meaningless, and whether you even live for, you could die today. Quite the opposite. Quite much the opposite. Because once we understand that there is no goal or nothing that is gonna liberate us, the girl that we're chasing, she's not gonna be the answer. She's not gonna make us happier than what we are right now. She is simply not. The business, the stuff that we want to do, it is also not gonna do it. So all that pressure of getting there is dissolving, you see? And that is deep freedom. When we let go of the desire to achieve, then we are standing in life without needing anything from life. We don't need to go anymore. We don't need to go and get anywhere anymore, you see? And that is when we are spiritually liberated. When we realize that we are gonna die and this life is an experiment. And now we get really close to a good life. An experiment. Something where we try things out. As kids, we knew that intuitively, right? We were here to explore. We didn't care if stuff was perfect or not. We didn't care about perfection or about rushing the process. We have been in the moment. And we knew intuitively it is about enjoying this life. It is about enjoying the journey. It is about being here right now and being fully devoted to what we do. Not because what we do right now is supposed to get us somewhere. We knew that the kingdom and heaven is not found there. It is found in the right now. It is found in enjoying this moment. And that is what I'm talking about. That is what makes us really happy. We find happiness in the meaninglessness of things. And then we find meaning in feeling absolutely fulfilled and in being joyful. That becomes the meaning. Passion is the meaning. Enthusiasm is the meaning of life. The amount of joy you feel is the absolute measurement of success. The amount of joy you feel is the absolute measurement of success. Nothing else. And how do you meet life with that perspective? How do you go into dating with that perspective? You're gonna play with it. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna crack those jokes and you're gonna ask the deeper questions and you wanna dive into it and you're no more scared of the outcome. When you realize there's nothing to gain, you also realize there's nothing to lose. And how do you live that life realizing there's nothing to lose? You play, you experiment, and you express your fullest potential. When you realize you have nothing to lose, you live at your fullest potential. You are who you truly are. You bring forth everything that is inside you because you are more fearless. But for that fearlessness, to achieve that fearlessness, to have that fearlessness, we must understand there's nothing to achieve. There's nothing worth gaining. And then we are free. Then we realize we can't lose anyways. And I know, we live in this, society that is celebrating people who have goals and who know exactly where they are going and who are extremely ambitious and determined. That's what we celebrate. But then on the other side, we have all of these people who struggle, who are burned out, who are mentally really, really destroyed, and they, feel down and depressed because their life is all the time a chasing. We also have these people. And most of those people who really are ambitious and then they achieve the goal, they always talk about the same. It was not the answer. They want something more. The moment they achieve it, they anyway want to expand. They want something else. Because this universe is ever expanding. In this ever expansion, in this infinite expansion, there is never a complete feeling of now I'm done. And that is supposed to be like that, because in expansion we find joy. You see, in exploration and trying new things, we find the biggest joy. So how that translates in our life, if we go that way, it's instead of setting goals, instead of trying so hard to become someone or to reach something, follow the path of interestingness. Follow the path of joy in the moment, even if it seems to move away from your initial goal. In the moment, follow the energy of bliss. What feels good to you? What is joyful right now? And oftentimes, what's really interesting is also novel. It's novelty. Okay? So when you follow interestingness, when you follow the path of the most interesting thing in the moment, without trying to achieve a goal, you mostly find yourself trying new things. And in trying new things, you expand. You get a new perspective. And you are deeply joyful, because we are beings who are curious, who want to test new ways. And to set goals and to be these high achievers, that's exactly the opposite of our nature. That is somebody who is very rigid and always going the same path and just like trying to push so hard to go that, to achieve that goal. And someone who's very disappointed if the plan doesn't work out. And that is not a person who could figure out something entirely new about life or themselves, and who is actually very little expanding. So we need to overthink that entire idea of achieving and wanting to get somewhere so much, especially if we sacrifice the journey of it, especially if the journey feels really full of hustle and effort. Then we need to ask, is it really worth it? What is really worth having that thing? Because having that thing and the fame and the money and the girl, probably you had most of those things. If you check in with your life right now, you probably see that many things you wanted 5 years ago, you already have them. But how much do you still see them? How much are they really giving you the happiness that you have? Or are you already off to the next thing? For me, it is like that. Having the girl, having the money or the stuff, or, the material thing, all of it. All of it. Ask yourself the deeper questions. And I think you find yourself at a place where you truly enjoy, because you are at peace. You're at peace knowing that there is nothing to gain, really. You're at peace when you live this life with the absolute knowledge that there is nothing you can lose. There's no mistake you really can do. You're in a space here that allows you to experiment, to explore yourself, to follow things that feel interesting. And even if they lead you somewhere totally away, that is a good thing. New things are good. Risk to go new paths. Risk to try something else. Go on an adventure. Get all the money you have just to chase an idea that really feels exciting to you. Try it. Try to talk differently to people. Try to record yourself on a phone and post it. Try to write poems. Try to be somebody else when you next time date a girl or talk to them. Be the funny guy, then be the serious guy, then be the, whatever interests you. Once you let go of the goals, you have way more space to play, you see? You have way more facets of life, way more ways to express yourself. And in my opinion, that is a truly joyful life. Not a meaningless in any sense. Meaningless in the way of what we achieve there, but not meaningless in the way we feel. That's a big difference. Go for yourself. Not for anything out there. Go for yourself. Go for your true self. That self that was banging on teapots or I don't know what pots as a kid, the one that was playing outside and exploring, that self. Go for the most creative, free, abundant self that you know is still there. Before they all told you that there is something worth giving up your joy for. Find that self. And I think you get really, really close to what you were actually looking for before you labeled it as money or the woman or the man or the partner or the marriage or the car or whatever. Because what you were looking for was you.